Start by lying in a semi-supine position. Legs are hip-width apart, knees bent, feet flat on the mat, chin slightly tucked in towards the chest, arms by your side, palms facing down. As you inhale, bring the knees towards the chest, holding onto the shins, and gently rock from side to side to release the lower back. As you exhale, drop the knees to the floor on the right-hand side. If the knees don't reach the floor, you can use support underneath the knees like a yoga block or some books. Both shoulders are flat on the floor, arms are shoulder height, and the palms are facing up, and your gaze can be towards the opposite shoulder or towards the ceiling. Stay for 3 breaths. Inhale, bring the knees to center, and as you exhale, drop them to the floor on the left-hand side, taking the pose to the opposite side and staying for 3 breaths. Inhale, bring the knees to the center, hugging them one more time, and this time lifting the chest towards the knees. Exhale, release. Roll onto one side and using your hands for support, come to sit in Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose. And from here we will go to cat-cow stretch, putting your hands under the shoulder, shoulder width apart, hands flat, knees under the hip, hip width apart. Inhale forward into your cow stretch. And as you exhale, stretch into your cat stretch. In cow stretch, your tailbone is lifted towards the ceiling and your chest and your gaze move forward and up. And in cat stretch, you round the back like an angry cat. Do 3 rounds, synchronizing your breath with your movement. And from there, lower onto your forearms to do Bhujangasana or Cobra pose, stretching the legs back, legs are hip-width apart or closer together. Rest the forehead on the mat. Hands are flat next to your shoulders, elbows facing back. Inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, release. And the third time, we are going to hold for 3 breaths. And if you want, you can lift your hands off the mat. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes and sit back into Balasana or Child's Pose. In this pose, your legs can be together, or you can have your toes touching and your knees wide. Hips are resting on your heels. You can stretch your arms forward, or you can have them next to your body, palms facing up, or you can support your forehead on your folded hands and stay for 3 breaths. You can also use support between your hips and heels. Inhale, stretch your arms forward if they were folded. Tuck your toes and lift your hips towards the ceiling into downward facing dog or Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Heels are pushing towards the mat, legs are hip width apart. Hands slightly wider than your shoulders, palms flat. Lifting the hips towards the ceiling in downward V pose. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears, gaze towards the toes, knees or navel. Inhale, look between the hands and step or walk your feet behind your hands, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold from the hips, taking a slight bend in the knees, holding elbows with opposite hands and gently sway from side to side. Bring your hands to your hips, and as you inhale, come up, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, the head being the last thing to come up, and finish off in mountain pose or Tadasana.